welcome everybody to the next episode.
Sorry.
Children.
And the bag is gone. And
Nope.
we got more paper to wrinkle and crinkle.
Sorry.
Chips. No, I was kidding.
I don't mean to.
Last week it was chicken. This week it's chips.
That one was my fault. I want to say my fault, but damn it, I can't remember which mic is his.
Let's try this. We got
I was trying to mute that shit.
trying to mute it.
Joe, what mic is that? That's for.
Am I muted?
I don't know. Say
Here,
something.
let's try.
No, you're not muted. How about now? Say something.
Yeah, it's muted.
Okay,
Down.
cool.
It is muted.
Chomp all you want in the freaking. Sorry, people. Sorry. Okay. What? Ain't even gonna say excuse me or nothing. Welcome everybody to the newest episode of Wealth for Generations. We've been live for about 35 minutes, and I am just doing the introduction. Alrighty. So today we're on episode number 61. Let me get a round of applause in here real quick for Mr. Obnoxious himself, the Jolly Brown Giant, Mr. Jimmy. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm all right.
All right, Jimmy's all right. Let's get to the next one. Then.
Not anymore.
It was no, it's muted again.
It's muted again.
Why? Are you gonna be smacking all up in the phone still? Oh my god, I hate that so much. I walked out on a date once because she tested me. I was like, you need to stop doing that, please. Stop smacking. She was like, what? Stop doing this? I was like, you know what? You have yourself a nice night.
Why did I have headphones on?
Because we were at a silent DJ party. So that was the thing. Why? Okay, you're unmuted. What's up? Let's give a round of applause for my wonderful, freaking supernatural, superhuman co-host, the Juggernaut, Mr. Frank the Tank.
What's going on?
How goes it, sir? How we doing today?
Fantastic, man.
Awesome.
Our official
Mr. 5-star on the Gran Turismo up in this biznatch. You know, sorry, I don't know if you know Joe, but on Gran Turismo, or not Gran Turismo, Grand Theft Auto, my bad. But I do have Gran over again.
Sorry.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 61.
I'm trying to reach my sandwich.
Once again, eating.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing, because he's like, my bad, yo. It's cool though. I was just trying to reach for my sandwich.
It's okay. I still got my sandwich though.
Yep.
All right.
So let's get one more round of applause for this young gentleman over here to my left, the lady killer, the jack of all trades in the film industry, Mr. Veteran of all veterans, Smoking Joe Becker. Becker, right? Yeah, okay. How are we doing today, Mr. Joe?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
old
What, man? I thought maybe you just turned like 24 last week, right?
The week before.
The week before.
Yeah, so I'm really old.
I'm thinking I'm gonna just do 21-year-old anniversaries from now on.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna do birthdays.
I should have started that a long time ago. I just want to catch that Benjamin Button disease, man.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I want to catch that Benjamin Button disease. I want to get
And start going backwards.
Yeah, man, I want to go back.
But then the brain go with that though too.
Well, you know what? I think it comes back first.
Oh, it comes back first, and then you lose again.
You got to go back pretty far to lose it. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So we are doing great. We're all doing great. I'm doing good myself. Like I always say, I feel awesome every time I walk in this mofo because I feel like we're doing something, building something, you know, besides just live recording.
We building, boy.
You're early. You're like 50 minutes early.
Sorry.
Thank you for the enthusiasm, though, the enthusiasm. But without any further doo-doo, did you have a question? No? Oh, stretching. Without any further doo-doo. Doo-doo. Let's get into one of my favorite segments, the first segment of the show. What happened? You stubbed your toe? That deserves a womp womp. Oh, the machine's farther. That's what it is. You done yet, sir?
You just can
Going
now
in
see
puberty.
the whole reach.
Move. Spidey sense.
Y'all see that big old jolly green hand? Yeah, you can. You see Thing? It's a black thing right there. Trying to get my board. Hey, Thing. How you doing today, Thing? Awesome. So let's get into the first segment of the day.
It's a big black thing.
Hey. I thought I was going to let that
He, like,
slide. I
cut me
was
off.
hoping nobody caught that. I call it the big black thing. My bad.
He told me a big black thing. Y'all hear that?
But anyways, let's get into the Health is Wealth. Health is Wealth segment is brought to you today by Jessica Barrero and Christina Rose as Elevated Souls. They say we are here to elevate your soul. They got sea moss, they got fresh pressed juice, they got crystals, they got earrings, they got jewelry, they got all that jazz. And if you go out and see them today, I forget to ask where she was, but if you happen to be out there today, you can check them out on IG under Elevated Souls if you want to. Where she's at?
E. Live.
I'm not there yet. You jumping the gun today, bro. You jumping the gun. Okay, so fresh pressed juice, sea moss, all that jazz. If you want to go reach out to them and see them today, they do happen to have some men's bracelets out there today. If you are out there with your significant other, or if you're just a man out there looking for a nice little affordable, cheap bracelet, not cheap, but affordable. You can contact them at Elevated Souls at.
Take a bite. Give me a second.
You can call them
What?
at 480-269-2649, or you can reach them on Facebook and IG under Elevated Souls. But
E.
we got to have a special spelling. So, Jimmy, what's that special spelling?
Okay, ready? E. Live. 8. Apostrophe D. SOULS.
So, unfortunately, sir, you are like 99% correct. Only because of the social media and email, we can't use special characters.
Oh, no apostrophe D.
So there's no apostrophe. But everything else was correct. So if you know, you know. We can't use special characters in email and Instagram and stuff like that. So it is ELIVE, the number 8, DSOULS, and their email is a Gmail. So it's elevatedsouls@gmail. And then you can find them on Facebook and Instagram at the same name. Let's see what she has for us today. Today we got some white willow bark. Don't. Whoo. Sorry. I got a little scared for a second.
You look at the wrong camera.
Am I?
Yeah.
Which one am I? None of the other ones are facing me.
Well, you got the wide and you got your close up. Which do you want them to look at?
Yeah, what am I looking at?
Well, not the close up.
It must be the wide.
Hi, everybody. My name is Elijah, and I recommend that you use white willow bark. White willow bark, not seen here,
Yeah, red light.
Switch
Has-
it again.
has
Look for
very
the red light.
And again.
beneficial
One more.
things for you. So is anybody in the room familiar with white willow bark? Because I said it a minute ago? Yeah. White
don't
willow
know
bark.
what
I'm not
bark.
familiar with it. This is a new one to
his
me.
dog's name is White Willow. So,
Oh.
so that's what when he barks, it's White
No,
Willow.
I think his is White Widow.
Oh, that's the one.
But we're not talking about strains
White
like that
widow
though. It's White Widow.
She broke up with me.
Don't nobody care about your sex life or lack thereof.
There you go. The second one.
White willow bark has been used throughout the centuries in China and Europe and continues to be used today for the treatment of pain, particularly lower back pain and osteoarthritis. So all my peers out there, we got to start thinking about that lower back and them knees. excuse me, lower back and knees. So white willow bark, it is also beneficial for headaches and inflammatory conditions such as bursitis. Bursitis.
Hey.
Thank you, Joe. And tendinitis. The bark of white willow contains the bark of
Did
white
you
willow.
mute me?
Yeah, I muted you.
I'm sorry.
The bark of white willow contains salicin, which is a chemical similar to aspirin. In combination with the herb's powerful anti-inflammatory plant compounds, salicin, I think I'm saying that right. Salicin is thought to be responsible for the pain relieving and anti-inflammatory effects of the herb. In fact, in the 1800s, salicin was used to develop aspirin. Boom, there's a little gem for you. That's something maybe I should send to Iesha to have on the quiz. Like, which, or do they do multiple choice? Jimmy? No? Okay. So have you guys ever or you already asked you if you ever heard of it. Does it sound like something you guys might be interested in incorporating in your diets? She didn't really break down how to do it, but I assume it probably could be in some type of a powder,
Okay.
perhaps capsule, or probably she I know she usually likes to do the smoothies and stuff like that. But does that sound interesting to either one of you guys or any of you guys? Got any inflammatory pain relieving stuff? I mean, I'm pretty sure we all got some pain.
I take a lot of supplements. The problem is that it turns into too many pills.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got CMOS,
Mm-hmm.
and I got that in liquid. It's an eyedropper. You just,
Oh, in liquid.
it's
I haven't seen
really
it in liquid.
nice. So I can put that in my mix or whatever, and I can, I make a shake or a smoothie or whatever. And I wish they would. He's got something.
I do have a solution for all those pill problems. And
your
all
mic's
that.
on.
My mic off?
Your mic is
It's
live.
on. It's on.
God damn.
Of course. Of course.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
It was on accident. I had a joke lined up and everything.
That was the joke, baby.
That was a joke.
Who was it? I was about to say, I have a solution for the pills.
Yeah.
And you'd have been like, what? And I would have been like,
snort him.
well, I mean,
We can't. The fans can't get your gestures over there.
Right.
I know, but he said, snort him.
So the point is that I wish they made all of these things in liquid, especially if they had. What's that?
I'm sorry. Frank.
Oh, so as long as it doesn't have a bad taste. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't drink it straight,
Mm-hmm.
but putting it in something, it doesn't ruin the flavor of whatever I'm drinking. I don't notice it, so.
That's why I'm good with the gel. I didn't know it came in liquid form though, like actual like watery liquid.
Yeah, gel doesn't sound bad though.
Yeah,
gel.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
That's my lady does.
That would
fiance.
still work.
Yeah, so it's more it's called a gel, but I would say the best comparison would be like a jam kind of consistency.
Yeah. But it would still
get
into liquid if you put it in a shake or a smoothie. It would,
because that's exactly what I do. I put it in my fruit smoothies. I make protein smoothie and fruit smoothie almost every day, and I just throw my CMOS into that. Yeah. Jimmy had it.
I had what?
The CMOS.
I made a joke yesterday. I said I take CMOS, and it's not the computer thing.
The computer? There's a brand of CMOS?
Nobody gets it here either?
I'm not a techie guy like that.
A CMOS. CMOS. See, I guess maybe I'm old. Maybe that's an old thing and nobody knows it anymore. But CMOS used to be, I don't know if it was a computer language or I don't even know what it is, to tell you the truth. I just remember hearing it all the time. Well, you can look it up on Google. Figure out what it is.
He was probably like, and I'm not talking about the computer.
That's what I was thinking, like some kind of computer thing.
Whenever anybody said, when I first heard of CMOS, the edible thing, the first thing I thought was computer, but nobody else thinks it's just me. So yeah, there were probably 10 people.
Complementary metal oxidized semiconductor.
Oh, a semiconductor. So it's the chip.
It's part of the motherboard. Yeah.
Oh wow. So anyway, yeah, and I mean, I heard that term all the time. from the 80s on, you know? And so it's weird that nobody knows it now. That's weird.
I don't
Hey,
think
can you
people.
give
I don't
can you
think
give
people
this
are
to
actually.
what's his Joe?
Man, you passing notes in my
So
class?
yeah, I love it.
Just give it to Joe.
Passing notes. Passing notes and
Okay.
close. I would say circle
So,
no. Do
That's
you
the
think I'm
note.
pretty? Circle yes or no?
3Ds.
3D.
It's for your glasses.
I need 3D glasses.
Get it? 3D glasses.
So this was
Frank laughed at it.
okay.
Okay.
So I'll just show that on the close up. There's my note that I got from Jimmy.
Little
3D
love
glasses.
note. Jimmy's
And that
passing
was-
love notes.
That was to tell me to get rid of my glasses, or
You can use them for your glasses when you go to the movies.
oh, I see. I'm going to see the new Expendables, the Expendables 4 on the 19th.
That movie came out when you was little.
Noise.
The first one.
I'm going to see the fourth one
The fourth one.
on the IMAX at Harkins.
That would be nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You want to take me on a date?
They always got a shit ton of
You gonna give
people
me a
in
little
there.
medium popcorn?
It's me and Ash. Sorry.
You'd be a
What is
third
it?
wheel, bro.
That's just say
Mm-mm.
he's already stolen my heart.
So we got
Anyway.
next on the segment, we got Asking the Masses. Unfortunately, I was a little busy this week. I didn't get it on social media, so it's up to us.
I have a question.
Man, ain't no questions allowed right now.
I
bro.
have a question.
I got the talking stick.
Give me the talking stick.
I love it.
What's up, bro? What's up? What you want, man?
Okay. Let me think.
No, you're supposed to have it ready.
Yeah, I want to have an asking the masses question.
Well, you can ask a second one. Okay, we're gonna start with the first one. When was the last time you had to roll with the punches just to reach your goal? So, saying you were in a situation where it wasn't really what you wanted to do, but you knew if you just roll with the punches, put your head down, and keep it going, you'd reach your goal. So, when's the? It doesn't have to be the most recent. Just what's the most recent one that pops up in your memory?
When we were trying to do a podcast today.
And there's
Right
this random
now.
engineer trying to eat and stuff.
Oh,
Live.
throwing that thing at me.
That's a good one, man. You know, there's a lot of adaptation that you have to go through when you're doing live
right.
recordings and stuff like that.
Y'all see how fast I can end shit? I like today. Today makes me giggle.
It's been a good day so far.
I'm gonna go to the crib.
So far, so good.
Jimmy's freaking
I'm sensitive
going
today.
crazy with power right now and stuff.
I'm still off that slushy from last week.
What about you, Jimmy? You got any when's you got a memory of the last time you had to roll with the punches and to reach your goal?
Yeah, there's a couple weeks ago that one of our hosts was super late.
Host,
the
I thought
guest-
you was at Fry's.
And he the guest got here before he did. And I had to sit here with these two beautiful ladies. And he came running in.
Oh, you talking about that time when you're talking about selling crack on the
Yeah.
internet?
Yeah. You love how open I am with that?
Man, it's out there, bro. You ain't got no choice. That shit is out there in recorded world.
sold crack?
internet
Well,
What about
It's okay if Hunter is your supplier.
as long as it's Hunter? Who is that from Breaking Bad?
He honestly doesn't know.
I don't really watch TV and stuff no more. Hunter versus Hunter? I watch animes.
No, this isn't a TV show.
you have hand sanitizer in that drawer right there next to you.
Man, no
Where's-
damn hand sanitizer. What look like?
Where's-
What about you, Frank?
where's my
When's the
note
last
at?
time you
Where's my note?
had to make a roll with the punches? Here, you're missing your E-tab, your ecstasy right there.
I mean, we do it on a daily
Okay.
basis, but
What if I ate this?
You might die.
Okay, I might
Try it out.
don't do that.
See,
I'm eating it.
So you said on a daily basis.
Right. But you know,
What about?
one of the times
about
I
that?
can always remember is
Oh.
it took him a while, but he got it.
I got it now.
mine is really just one that always comes to mind is after my accident, man. Like you just gotta, you don't
Yep.
want to do something, but you got to.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine with the having to go through the recovery therapy and all that stuff too, because I I worked with a what are they called? A nurse. I forget. I think they have a specific name, but a nurse for recovery. I
Right.
worked with someone who used to do it. Physical therapy. No,
Physical therapy.
yeah, physical therapy. But she was like a nurse for the physical therapist, though.
Okay.
She wasn't the one that was actually running it. She was just like the one that was like, "They're okay. I want them to do these stretches or whatever." Da, 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 you know what I mean? But she's made a very good point that you don't really think about it. It's like in those kind of situations, you're gonna hurt more
Right.
before it starts feeling better, before you start progressing.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely a good one because I don't know about initially, but I bet you after your first visit, you were probably like, "Damn, this
I
kind of
probably
hurt."
said more cuss words in my life the very first day. They said
Than
they had to
any
bend
other
my
one.
leg, and I was, I think I let off 100 cuss words in probably like 2 minutes. Because they don't let you wait nowadays.
Oh, to
Like,
recover,
So
or to
like,
do the recovery
like
stuff.
back in the day, they would like either stick you in a cast and you just sit there. Well, they don't want you to do that because they're seeing that your joints are getting stiff in that particular angle that it's sitting in. So I had surgery on Saturday. On Monday, I was at the rehabilitation center and they were already moving me.
Oh man!
And so like,
so things weren't even fully healed and stuff
you
yet.
didn't even get a chance. Like they're like, we can't let you just sit.
I mean, it makes sense, but
It makes sense, but it was
that
terrible. So if I had to roll with the punches,
that was one.
that was something that always
It's like,
sticks there.
do I want to be
after
paralyzed for life, or do I want to go through this rehabilitation and get back to where I want to be?
Less that I did roll with the punches because like I'm upright.
After your accident, were you afraid to like ride a bike again?
No. So my only memory loss of the accident was that of the accident. So like
the impact.
I don't have any. I don't see the car coming out.
So it's not like
it's not
residual trauma because the memory's not there.
Yeah.
At least not for that part, but I mean, it could be related to the recovery.
And back to your healthy part, I would definitely take it because the legs and body needs it.
Yeah, for sure. For like the inflammation and stuff like that. For sure, that white willow bark. Did you have something, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't want to say.
You ain't got it? You got it? You got it.
Huh?
You got it or you don't got it?
What do you mean?
He said he would take it.
You
that
said?
was it.
Let me
I thought you
finish.
said you had a question.
Oh, you got more?
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just answering the question. No, I will take it. You know, I have bad knees. That's probably one of the hardest things I talk about at work.
Is your knees?
Yeah, I hate talking about it because I don't. It kind of makes me like emotional, kind of, because it's like, damn, what could I? You know what I'm saying? What could I've been?
You could be the youngest NBA star right now with.
It's not even that. It could have been. It could have been more of a. If I didn't hurt myself, I would have been in college right now playing basketball.
You could be the other 8-foot, 18-year-old kid in the NBA right now.
And it's like when it happened, it was like so just like, you know what I'm saying, jaw dropping. Because I've been hurt before, but it wasn't like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in the car with my mom and I was telling her, I was like, my knee hurts. Like it won't pop. Like, you know how you feel like your knee needs to pop?
Mm-hmm.
It won't pop. And I'm like, my knee just feels like swollen and all that. And we went to the doctor. I had an MRI, and he was like, "Yeah, you tore your meniscus, and you had a hairline fracture."
Ew.
And he was like, if you would have kept playing on it, your knee would have totally blown out. Like it could have like.
So did you have to go through recovery and stuff like that?
I still need my surgery.
Well, I mean, but you were already injured, so they didn't. You didn't go through any type of, I guess, recovery. I wanted to use
therapy.
Yeah, like
not really. It was more of like my mom made me do like leg exercises because at first, I mean, we got to it was either like we can like really like it's going to take a long time, but there was like you can go get the surgery, and there was fluids in my knee. Like fluids built up.
You gotta get that shit drained out.
Yeah, fluids built up in my knee.
That shit.
And they were like, you could, and it's like a long needle.
Yeah.
And they were like, you can either
don't go through that because I don't remember it.
They were like, you can either get that done with your knee, or you could just take. It's gonna take a few weeks. It's gonna take longer, but you can take the antibiotics, and it'll like slowly like drain itself out. I took the antibiotics. I'm not even gonna lie to you. What the fuck they need to? I have not do no shit. But yeah, hurting my knee was probably like, you know what I'm saying. That shit was probably like one of the hardest punches you know what I'm saying, I've gotten. Because it's like my knees is like a big part of what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I play basketball and football at the time.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'll take it for my knees mainly.
For your knees?
Yeah.
Help that inflammatory. But before we get into the next episode, I want to try to do
segment.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, people. Before we get into the next segment,
it's not Dr. Dre out here.
I want to do something that I should be doing, and I've been kind of slacking. I think we're gonna go pay some bills real quick. Shout out to Habari Live, Habari Entertainment.
Because they try to
welcome
a couple things.
Has
and bag everybody.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you got your water, fed the dog, took a little quick bathroom break. But we are getting back into it right now. We're going to be transitioning into the next segment, not the next episode, the next segment of the episode, and that is the Wealthy Wisdom. So today we're going to be talking with Mr. Joe Becker, Mr. Veteran in the film industry. He's accomplished a lot of things, met a lot of people, been involved with a lot of different projects. So we're going to kind of introduce you guys, get a little bit of a background, and then we're going to go into something new as far as rolling with the punches. Joe has come across another new option that I'm not going to really get into because I want Joe to let you guys know what's going on, because it's kind of a it's almost like a double option in a sense, because you could use it for a business, or you could use it for yourself, or you could use it for both ultimately, I believe. But first and foremost, let's get into Mr. Joe Becker. Alrighty, sir. So first and foremost, let's get a little bit of your background and what is it that you're, if you had to put a title on it right now, what would your profession be at the very moment? Because I know you're kind of still doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that, but whatever one you want to put at the top of the totem pole, or maybe two at the top of the totem pole right now. Totem pole.
Creative. I would say the thing I'm pushing the most right now is TV production. So I'm trying to create TV talk shows.
Nice.
So I guess TV producer.
TV producer, okay.
Would be the title. But also author, publisher, writer, photographer, videographer, filmmaker, yeah, lots of
Everything,
stuff.
everything.
Creative
So if you
stuff.
think you can
DJ,
act,
coach,
talk to
NBA
him, and he can do
player.
he can get you everything else situated.
I didn't hear what Jimmy
No,
was
I
saying.
say he also does DJing. He's an NBA player, a coach, NFL player. He be at the MLB.
Oh, don't forget he's the
Fighter pilot.
senior trainer for Chippendales. The senior trainer.
He's also the mascot.
Anyway, but seriously, I started out. I remember being a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was in front of my friend's house, and there were a few of us friends standing around talking, and the person whose house we were in front of, his mom came out and was kind of listening to us, and I was talking, and she just stopped me, and she said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I started telling her, and she stopped me again and said, "Pick one." I never did.
I feel you on that one.
I love creative stuff. But there came a point in my life when I said everything I do falls under one heading, and it's advertising. Because they do writing, they do photography, they do video, they do music, they do all this different stuff. Because I was a songwriter, I had a songwriting contract. I actually was driving down the road one day and heard one of my songs on the radio. I used to do backup singing and I used to sing commercials. I used to do a lot of different
a lot
stuff.
of jack of all trades over here.
So, but it was all creative stuff. Mm-hmm. And so when I realized it all fell under advertising, then I started. I built my own graphic design studio, and I ran that for a long time. And I didn't do that till I was like, 25.
Okay,
something like
that's
that.
Still fair. And people like our lives, that's still pretty young. People who like to jump around jobs and stuff. 25 still young.
Yeah, but
I got plenty of time.
I was married, and I was at the grocery store. And this. I was a hippie, so I didn't care about money. Right? I get married, and I'm at the grocery store, and there's a. I'm at one end of the aisle. At the other end of the aisle, there's this mom with her little kid, and he starts pulling on her skirt. Mom, it's the pizza man. I wasn't in, and we had uniforms back then. I don't know if they still do, but my parents owned a Domino's Pizza, so I delivered pizzas, and it just hit me. It's like, man, I'm an adult now. And I'm going to be known as the pizza man for the rest of my life. So I started looking around for, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my life? And so then I started thinking of what do I like? And I'm, hunting through the classified paper back in those
Classified.
days.
That's for all you youngins out there. That's the newspaper. There used to be a section where you could grab the newspaper and you could look for jobs, not Indeed or Craigslist or anything like that. We had to do our due diligence to get our jobs back then.
So anyway, I went through all these different things, and I got jobs. I got some of them were a job where you go in as an employee. Like I worked at Sears for a while. I worked at Burger King, but I also got jobs like I worked at a book manufacturer. I actually worked at a few different book manufacturers, and some of them were temp jobs. It's just you hook up with a temp agency and they get you work, and almost don't know what you're going to do next. I mean, one day I'm hanging parts in a factory for the auto parts. Then next thing I'm like I said, working in publishing, something like that. Well, what I did, I ended up I worked in the book manufacturing for quite a while. I mean, quite a bit back then, even a lot of temp jobs and a couple of couple year stints here and there, and an actual employee type job. And, I learned a lot, and I got graphic design jobs through that and whatnot. But nice. I ended up at a quick print shop. Some friends of mine opened a quick print shop, and they hired me, and I went in, and one day they had 5 owners. It was 5 of my buddies.
Sorry to cut you off, but what is that? Just like smaller stuff? Quick print is just like smaller magazines and stuff like that.
Well, it's a lot of different stuff actually, but they'll go up to saddle stitch. I'm going to show you what that means. All right, these are my magazines, by the way. I ran Arizona Filmmaker magazine, and this is saddle stitch.
Awesome. Don't get a little.
It's just
a little round of applause for that. I'm going to just skim over that like it was nothing.
So there's staples on the back. But then this was another magazine of mine. I'll pick up the Jeff Bridges issue. And this has a flat back that's folded and glued. And so this is called Perfect Bound, and that's saddle stitched. So there's there's a big difference. We wouldn't do the big saddle stitching stuff. We would do that at the book manufacturing plants, but we wouldn't do that at the quick print. Quick print is, I'm trying to think, like Kinko's. Kinko's is quick print.
Okay.
But Kinko's is different because now everything's digital. Now you go.
You can come up there with your little flash drive and just do it all.
You email them a file. You go and pick it up later. You know what I mean? It's and you could do it same day. Sometimes they're busy or whatever. But the point is, it's totally different. But I was working at this quick print shop, and they had, like I say, 5 owners, and they were all buddies of mine from high school. And one day, all of these guys were dirt bike riders. This was in Michigan, and they all went up north for, literally 4 of them went up north for dirt bike races because they wanted to be in the race, right? So all of them are racing dirt bikes. So they're gone. All the owners are gone except one. He's a salesman, and he didn't know anything about printing, but he's a good salesman, right? So he goes out and gets this job. It's a 3-color job, and it has to be designed, printed, and delivered by the next day. So I get this job in the morning, right? I come in. He says, "Okay, their logo. The only place this logo exists is on a sign in the next town, like 30 minutes away." I had to go to the town, take a photo, go back, develop my film myself, make the print myself. Then we made a thing called a stat. I'm trying to think of, they call it a PMT. There were different names for it, but it's basically all black and all white. There's no shadow, no grays, just all black and all white picture of it. I remember it had a buffalo on it. It was a restaurant of some sort. It had their name, whatever. But I took that logo and I had to, I ran a typesetter. It's a CompuWriter Junior. Where you sat and typed, and all you saw was one line. You didn't see, if you hit return, that line got typed, and you didn't even see it.
Oh, you didn't see it actually written out in
you saw
that
little
format.
LED. You saw the little red LED lights. Made the letters that you were seeing when you were typing. But the screen was like this big. It was a big machine, like your desk. The big machine, taller though, like up here. And you're typing on this thing, and you see this, and as soon as you hit return, we called it quad left. So as soon as you hit the return button, it would, that got optically printed as photographic.
Okay.
So it would go on as photo paper, right? So you're just typing away, and you didn't get to see anything until you ran it out. So you ran out galleys. It was just a strip of paper, but you told it what font you wanted, what weight you wanted, whether italic or, whatever, unlike all those different things. And then you said the leading, which is the space between the lines. And then you said the length of the column, the width of the column. And you told it all that stuff. And then you just went typing away the thing, and then you output it. And then you had to go run that galley through a wax machine. It had 2 rollers, and it would put wax on the back of the galley.
Dang, so you're really doing it like
this is before computers.
Seriously, from scratch.
So you had a drawing table, and you had a basically a piece of cardboard with a grid on it in blue. Then the blue didn't photograph, so it was invisible, right? So you can see it, but when you put it in front of the camera, it didn't show up. So you would basically do your whole layout. Let's grab a magazine and show a layout here. Let's throw something up here quick. I want something nice. Come on, where's something good? I don't know. I can't find anything that looks great. Well, we'll just do this. So you could put the photo there. The thing about the photo, man, you had to have a 4-color because it's 4-color process. You actually had to have 4 different pieces of film. One for yellow, one for cyan, one for magenta, and one for black. So anyway, it's a process to do the stripping. But this wasn't. I didn't have any photos, but you could put your type, the weight, the size, whatever. But you had to paste that all down. You had to cut it out and paste it out. Cut it out with an X-Acto, which is like a surgical knife, basically, and then paste it in place where it was to go. Then you put that. Well, then you build flats because it was 3 colors, right? So you had to put. It was called goldenrod, but it's basically a sheet of paper, and you cut out where you wanted the camera to see. Okay, so if this part's going to be green, you cut that part out, and this part down here is going to be green. You cut that out. So whatever parts, whether it was lines or whatever. Anyway, then you take that and you put it on a this is a camera. It's a graphic arts camera. The thing is big. Okay. It's in one room, and you put it on this plate that tilts toward the camera, and you've got super hot lights, facing at an angle, because you got to put it in there, shut it's a glass, you shut the glass on top of it, turn the vacuum on, and it sucks it tight so it's all perfectly flat against the glass. Then you tilt it up, then you go in the other room.
Dang.
And
that's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right?
So you hit a button, it takes the photo and and the negative comes out, right?
And that's basically the beginning of how you got into those kind of magazines and stuff like that.
Well, I'm trying to. I know I'm explaining the whole thing, but you have to strip then you got your negatives. You got to strip those into flats, and then you've got to put those. You got to burn your plates. So then I did. The thing is, I did the whole thing, and then I ran the press, and I printed it, and then I set it aside. I went home and got I think an hour of sleep, so all the thing dried. Maybe it was a little longer, but anyway, I came back and I cut it down and I put it in the box and I delivered it. And I thought,
you even delivered it yourself too.
I did the whole thing myself.
Gosh,
so it's
I hope they tipped you or something like that. You did every single thing yourself.
Yeah, I designed it and everything, and actually they didn't tip me. I didn't get much thanks at all there. But the point is that I realized I know what I'm doing. I can do the whole thing. I did the same thing with photography. I would go in. I ran a few different photo studios. So I would take the photos. I'd go back. In color. I developed some film, but with color we sent out. But anyway, with color, I made my own. I had the enlarger, and I made my own prints, and I'd mount them and frame them, and everything. So.
So is that kind of what getting into that camera aspect of it? Is that kind of what pulled you into being like a camera operator? Or is that even related?
I got into photography when I was 10.
Oh, so this is kind of reversed then. The magazine was the new thing.
9
The
years
photography
old,
thing was already.
My 10th birthday was coming up. I asked for a camera for my birthday. I got a camera and I started taking little Instamatic. They don't even make those anymore.
Little Polaroids. You got to fan them out.
No. It's called an Instamatic. You put a roll of film in it, but it's just this little thing you point and shoot. There's no focus. There's no framing. It's got one.
Kind of like a disposable
wide angle lens. Yeah, except
as far as like the skill of it, like it's just a plain camera.
Exactly, it works like a disposable. So anyway, so I would run around taking pictures, and people liked my photos even back when I was 10. Nice. I was taking good photos. I remember going to the zoo, and they had the little half wall between you and the cage, and there was an iguana poking his head out. I'll do it this way so they can see, poking his head out of this hole. And I leaned over the wall, and he sat there while I did it, and I just took a picture of the iguana.
Nice.
But it's just the head of an iguana. It looks so good, and everybody loved it.
Yeah, and it's not common to get that kind of photo either.
Right. So I when in high school. They had a thing called vocational graphics. It was a 2-hour class, and I got to do things like go out and take pictures, develop the film, make the prints, do all that stuff. Then I also had to build make my negatives, build my flats, all that kind of stuff, and then run the printing press. And they had a few different kinds of printing presses. I had to learn how to run them all. So I did a windmill press, which is a letter press, where you take they call it hot lead. You take the metal. I don't know if you guys even know what this is, but they take metal type and you put it in, and you got to stack these things up. And then, Yeah, it's another process
Another long
altogether.
drawn out process.
But yeah, so I learned to run I was a way radical lefty high school kid. And I used to go to Ann Arbor because I lived right near Ann Arbor. And I hung out with the Rainbow People's Party. And I remember being down at their press, and they had a multi-lift 1250, which was the same thing I learned on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my thing is that when I did photography, I did everything. When I did printing, I did everything. I got into film. Okay, I ran this graphic design studio in Michigan for a lot of years. I won't say how many, but I moved here in 2009.
Okay.
And when I got here, I didn't know anybody and didn't have a job. So I'm on Craigslist now. Threw the paper away.
Adaptability, you got to change with the times. Rolling with the punches, changing with the time.
And when the Mac came out, it took me about 2 years before I actually got one. But yeah, I had to move to digital or be left behind.
Right.
So same with photography. But I was so glad because when I was working in the darkroom, there's chemicals, lots of chemicals, and you're using up paper. You wouldn't believe how expensive it is because you go in and you want to make the perfect print. So you're doing what we call dodging and burning. You put your paper down and you turn the enlarger on so the light's shining on your paper, and you're going to dodge this part by, shadowing it and so it doesn't get so much light because that part is too dark. So you want to lighten it up a little bit by dodging, and then you want to put a little more light on this spot because it's it's too light. So
basically kind of like,
so you're doing all this
here,
doing all
this
work.
balance here, this balance here, and this. But now it's just like click.
Right. You wouldn't believe what I did last night. I got up at 3 this morning and worked for a couple of hours on Bridget's photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Pettis?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's funny because they sent me the wrong batch. But anyway, they said, "Oh, she's already got those." Anyway,
like,
but the point is, I was doing stuff with that. But anyway,
I think you're getting into the film. You were saying you're rolling into that one. I think.
So I'm looking for a graphic design job here when I moved here. Right.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I got a job.
Oh, the celebrity one?
Doing this because the guy, on Craigslist, he said he needed a graphic designer, and I was the first person he hired. So nice. I started out doing graphic design on that magazine, and then after a little while, not very long at all, actually, he said, "Okay, I don't want you doing the magazine anymore. I want to start a TV show." And so
is this the one you were showing me the other day or last week where the guy was going out and everything?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Okay.
So it's called the AZSAL TV, which the magazine is Arizona Sports and Lifestyle. So the initials are AZSAL. So we did the magazine and the TV show kind of went hand in hand.
Awesome.
So I'm looking on Craigslist and I see an ad for a boom operator for a weekend. I'm looking down in gigs, down the bottom right corner at Craigslist, right?
Right.
And it says a boom operator for a weekend. I thought, well, I can do that. Be something fun to do because I'm not doing anything. I don't know anybody, so nobody to hang out with. So I'll meet some people. I'll have some fun, and it's a good thing to do for a weekend. So I went and I did it.
So did you have? Sorry to cut you off, but did you have any experience in that yet, or was that kind of like I've seen somebody do it? It seems simple enough.
Pretty much. I mean, I had been a camera operator for some cable shows back in Michigan, but I didn't know how to make a show, and I didn't know how to make a movie, and I didn't know exactly how, but you see the guys with the boom, they just hold it over their head, it sounds like
seems easy,
and and it
Make sure I don't do a shoulder workout that day.
So I did my thing. I went out there and I met these people, and I liked them and they liked me, and I started networking with these people, and now I'm in, learning and, who's in the film industry here and whatnot, getting around. And then people started handing me their cameras, literally. Shoot my movie. So nice. I started shooting movies. I won Best of Show, which is basically, Best Picture. And, it just kind of snowballed from there, man. It just
off from there.
Kept going.
Nice.
Now I've got 85 credits on IMDb, which many people may not know what that means, but everybody that's in the industry has an IMDb page. It's kind of like everybody.
It's kind of like a LinkedIn or something
Yeah,
for
yeah,
film industry.
Right, exactly. And I mean, so you can look up to Tom Cruise or anybody, anybody that's in the industry, no matter what level, as long as they're actually in the industry. But and my credits started as camera and a little bit of sound, but mostly camera. And then I started doing a little bit of other stuff, and now I've got they're all over the place. I got a ton of camera, a ton of sound, and then I've got lighting and special effects and this and that and other thing. Just I got
Just all over the place.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
just
good
do
though.
whatever
It's
they
good.
want me to do.
Well-rounded.
Because now if you ever fall into a situation, it's like, this is what I want to do. I got this guy hired, and if somebody doesn't show up, you're just like, you know what? Screw them. I can go do it.
I've shown up on set. This is so funny. I showed up on a set one time. They called me up and said, look, we've already got our cast and crew, but could you come in and just for moral support? And I'm like, sure, I'll come. Well, I used to load everything into my car before I went to a set. So I took everything with me and I went, even though I knew, they had everything. It's just in case, right? So I go in, the lead actor doesn't show up. And the camera guy doesn't show up. They call him the DP or the cinematographer. And so I had my camera with me. And so I handed my camera to somebody so they could shoot it. And I was the lead actor.
And you're nice. Acting debut right there.
It's just, whatever they need me to do, I do. And the thing is, that's how I do. I learn how to do whatever it is I get into. I learn how to do the whole thing. So now I can make a movie by myself. I sit in here doing the talk shows. I sit in Jimmy's chair
and do the engineering.
I do this, you know what I mean?
Nice.
The same thing. So
I think we might be getting a little short on time. So I want to make sure we have time for you to drop this gem on everybody I've been kind of like hinting at. I don't want to really put too much information out there, but I kind of had a little bit of a setup. So basically, just entrepreneur to entrepreneur, businessman to businessman, sometimes it's really tough. We'll have plenty of ups and downs. Whenever we see that hit coming, we got to try to roll with the punch. There's more to it than that, though, because you also got to counter. If you roll with the punch, you can't just dodge it and be like, whoa, yeah, I'm done. I missed that punch. Yeah.
There's another one coming.
Yeah. You got to be able to counter and capitalize on that roll or on that dodge, So wouldn't it sound really great from an entrepreneur in a financial state and a business owner's state of mind if you could get a little bit of financial assistance and possibly even some extra income? Well, that's part of the reason why we brought on Mr. Joe today. So I wanted him to kind of drop some background for you guys to let you know that Mr. Joe, he's legit. He's somebody that when he gets into what he wants to do, he goes head first and he knows what he's talking about. He's a trustworthy guy. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys could kind of see that before he drops this gem on you guys. So you're not just like, who's this random guy talking about this stuff, So without any further ado, I thought Jimmy was going to make a comment again. But we are going to go into the last segment of the show, which is 1, 2, 3. We building, boy. Where you at, Jimmy?
That was your moment.
Gosh. He was all gun-ho 5 minutes into the show, and now he's like, oh, what are we doing it now? But anyways, without any further ado, Mr. Joe, let's hear about this brand new gem that you discovered recently.
Okay, first of all, how much time do I got?
We got about 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Okay, I'll talk fast. Well, first I want to say that I don't ever give just one thing because I want, there's so many different things. There's so many different types of people that there's so many. The thing is, right now we are living in such a great time to make money. Literally, the internet makes it so easy. And I always encourage everybody, write a book. Excuse me. Publishing your own book helps you in many, many ways. You got to figure out what it is who were you the one saying find your it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To keep going, to like make sure to find your why.
What is your find your why, find what it is. And if you've got something, my sister teaches little kids like 2-year-olds, 1-year-olds how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
And when she talks about it with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
And, I told her, man, you got to write a book. This is so good. And a lot more people need to learn it. You know what I mean? This is something you need to share. So write a book. So if you've got something that you really like, that you know how to do, that whether you're teaching it now or not, just get, whatever your passion is, there's an audience out there for it, and you should write a book. And that book will make you money. So it's a good thing to do because
passive.
You're helping people. And that's right. You write a book once.
Technically passive.
Yeah, because you write it once and you make money forever. Just like writing a song.
Yep.
You get
those royalties.
So the next thing, you can make a course and sell the course, and you can be a public speaker. Those things are all like really, really good ways to make money. I think publishing is the easiest to get started with, or writing the course. I also create custom talk shows, and I can do that for an individual. And it'd be the same thing, like, whatever your passion is, that's what you're going to talk about in your talk show.
Yep.
So there's that. So I just wanted to go over a few things first. I really think everybody should have several sources of passive income, because when you're sick, if you get in an accident, whatever, if you can't work, the money's still coming in, the bills are still getting paid. I've seen too many people, their whole lives destroyed. I had a friend who's an Uber driver, and he got in an accident, totaled the car. He's fine, but suddenly he's out of income.
Right. Can't go drive a broken car. He
tried really hard to hold everything together, but it just fell apart. Now he's homeless, literally living on the streets. That sucks. It seriously sucks. And I don't want that to happen to people. So seriously, think about it. Have money coming in when you're not working, because it'll save you, man. And even if it doesn't, what I tell people too is make more money, help more people. If you've got it, share it,
right.
And you know what? I hear a lot of people putting wealthy people down, and there are greedy, wealthy people. There's no doubt about it. But there are also greedy, poor people. There's greedy everybody. Greed doesn't have a financial class.
Right.
And, you could go with any of the other bad traits of people. They're all over the map. So, but I know millionaires and billionaires. And one in particular is John Paul DeJoria. He started Paul Mitchell hair care products with Paul Mitchell, who's now passed away. But so he's the sole owner of Paul Mitchell hair care products. He also started.
I'm sorry if you don't know, ask your lady or your female friend. She'll know.
or Siri.
Or Siri. Or your friend. He might know.
Right. But he started the tequila company. Which one is it?
Oh, nice. It's a bigger one.
It's a famous one.
Because I like tequila.
Yeah.
Patron.
Patron. That's
really?
One. Oh. He owns Patron tequila. But he goes around talking to he's a billionaire, so he gets around with the billionaires. And he's always telling them, use your money to help people. Use your money to help people. Use your money to help people. And I do this. I'm a poor boy, and I tell people the same thing. I shouldn't
just a poor boy from a poor family.
So, but seriously, and you can start with nothing. I got to tell you this too, is very important. It does not cost anything to write and publish a book. It used to cost a lot of money. It doesn't cost anything. As long as you do it
free, $99, y'all.
you just write it, and you write an outline. You think about what you want to say. You write an outline, and then you write something on each chapter every day, and then you put it on Amazon on Kindle. It doesn't cost a thing, any money you make is profit. Any money you make is
Mhm,
profit.
mhm.
So that's the really nice thing.
And just real quick for all you lazy, or no, I'm sorry, for all you brill lazy people, what I like to call brilliant and lazy kind of concepts. If you're up to par with all this 2023 type stuff, Chat GPT. If
There
you
you
really
go.
want to try to get a book out there real quick and do something real quick, go ask Chat GPT. But I just wanted to throw that in there for some of those people who like those little shortcuts.
Yeah,
ahead, sir.
ChatGPT will help you write a title. It'll help you write your outline. It'll actually help you write your chapters, but you do have to go in and rewrite to, if you have it write the whole thing, go in and
Yeah, you still got to proofread it before you
proof it and
before
read
finalizing
it and
it.
add some anecdotal stuff from your own life and whatnot.
Yeah, make it you.
Yeah,
Because ChatGPT is going to
exactly.
do what a computer does.
Yeah, exactly.
And on that note,
And then
Yeah.
I do have to mention, I can't believe. Okay, so I've used up all my time.
You're the one on the
And-
time restraint, sir. That
I
me.
know.
We got Ash over
So-
here giving you the eye.
I
You're
know. I see that. So, so what did I come here to talk about?
the David Allen Capital, or right? Yeah,
David
David Allen
Allen
Capital
Capital.
Inc. Yes.
So basically, David Allen Capital is another thing that they will help you get money if you need money for your business. If you need a personal loan or a business loan, they also have other services. So you should look it up, David Allen Capital. I should have my.
your
I
link.
should have my QR code. Can I show that? Can I show my QR code? Will that work?
Yeah.
Let's
And worst
try
case
it.
scenario
Yeah.
too,
Oh, I need that.
message me all that extra stuff, and
Okay.
I'll put it in the I'll go back on Facebook and put it in the comments of the Facebook.
Okay. Can they see? Oh, well, they can't see that because he's not at the.
We don't know what camera. He's
not
probably
the
left it on wide. Probably
yeah,
left it on
it's on
wide.
the wide shot.
But if you
So,
want, you could send it
I'll
to
send
me,
it to you.
and then I'll put it in
Okay.
the chat
Yeah.
for the podcast today.
Okay,
So
great.
if anybody wants to use your
Yeah.
link, they can
And
utilize
the
your link.
other thing is that they are looking for people that want to sell their services,
Mhm.
and they don't. It doesn't. That's another thing. It doesn't cost anything.
Nothing
Just
to get started.
sign up.
As an employee, it doesn't cost anything.
Just sign up, and if you sell something, you get paid, and they pay quickly. They pay well.
Yes, yes.
So it's another
Definitely.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, so definitely check it out. We are kind of running short on time. Definitely check out David Allen Capital Inc. for any type of business funding, or if you want to be a business funding agent for them. But I said there's a possible double up. So I'm not sure. I haven't looked at all the details, but you might be able to do both. If you have a business, you might be able to get your funds, and you could possibly also be an agent at the same time. So you can get your business situated, and you could possibly have a little extra income doing it on your own. That says I went on the website for a second, so I know they have flexible schedule. You don't have to be a full time. You can do it at home whenever you're available. It doesn't have to be like I said, it doesn't have to be full time. It doesn't cost anything to get started up. You just have to go online. Preferably use Mr. Joe's link to go online, get yourself set up, and then you're good to go. You can literally as far as from what I saw on the website and the videos, you can literally get set up today and make a sale tonight and get paid tomorrow. So it's that easy, that quick. Like he said, they have a really good pay percentage program. You get a certain percentage off of the sales, but the sales are like, we're talking like $1,000, $15,000, $10,000 sales. So even a 3% on 3,000, that's still $300 in your pocket. I think something like that. If my math is correct,
It's close.
it's close. It's more than $100. But yeah. So we're getting pretty close. We're pretty much there. So I'm gonna just wrap it up. Is there any final thing you wanted to say, Joe?
Thanks for having me, man. This has been
No
great.
problem.
Appreciate it.
Frank, got any final words for the
Hey,
people?
we're all good, man. Till next week. See you soon.
Yes. So I'm gonna just do one of these, and that's gonna be for everybody. Shout out to Jimmy, Jolly Brown Giant, the Juggernaut, Frank, the Tank, and Mr. Joe Becker. Also, real quick before Jimmy kicks me out of here, shout out to my mom's. It's her birthday. Be back, bro. You can't be cutting off my mom's birthday. Okay, thank you, sir. Happy birthday, Mom. Peace.
Happy birthday.